There was the Matrix, but we'll go without it. All right, Karen, bring that music back. Let's see. Yeah.
The Self Love Show, giving you more than
I hope you can
vitamins
hear
and
it.
minerals. Food for your soul, information and plans
hear it.
integral to making your
Yeah, I had
mind
to
grow.
reset.
With more growth
All right,
and
y'all. The views
development,
expressed in today's
BS is
pod
irrelevant
are
to
those of
the
the host,
intelligent.
guests,
Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent.
and are not necessarily
It's the Self
reflective
Love Show,
of
the Self
TATN
Love
or any
Show, the
affiliate.
Self Love Show. We do it for our people. The Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show, it's the Self Love Show. To expose and unequal. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show, the Self Love Show.
Corey Wordsmith,
9 mil. The Self Love Show, the Self Love Show. You know how the story goes. It's the Self Love Show.
Show. That it is. That it is. Welcome to another enlightening episode of the Self Love Show right here on This Ain't That Network. And as we affectionately call it, TATN. Yeah.
It's the Self Love Show.
This is a pod where we dive extremely deep into the intersections of mind, body, spirit, consciousness, and culture. This is your co-host, 9 Millie. All praise to the ancestors, the Most High, and my late beloved Mama Sky. I miss you every moment of every day. In today's second installment of our Predictive Programming Decoded series, we examine the subtle signals embedded in mass media, specifically through stories that seem oddly prophetic, even eerily prescient. Today, we're challenging the boundaries of coincidence and intention as we unravel how our collective consciousness might be nudged, shaped, and prepared by narratives served up as entertainment. These visual scripts aren't just captivating, they're instructive. Behind the laughs, the action, and the dystopian dazzle lie patterns that mirror societal shifts long before they unfold into headlines. It's not about pointing fingers or donning tinfoil hats. It's about asking more thorough questions. When fiction consistently dances in sync with future reality, are we witnessing foresight or programming? And if it is the latter, who are the programmers? Each story we'll explore holds a mirror, not only to culture, but to conditioning. The most fascinating part? These tales don't just predict, they acclimate. They ease discomfort by familiarizing the unfamiliar. They build emotional templates, setting the stage for how we might respond when fiction becomes fact. Whether it's survival instincts, technological dependence, or hidden control systems, the stories speak to us long before we realize we've listened. In this episode, we decode the symbols, unpack the psychological mechanics, and invite you to tune your third eye, your pineal gland. This isn't just entertainment, it's initiation. So lean in, sip something on. And let's strip the subconscious script back to its blueprint. The Self Love Show isn't here to tell you what to think, it's here to remind you how to see. So, whip out your self love vision and your 10 hats. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. And the revolution will not be on YouTube, however. These are lessons, not lectures. We're live and live in color. Today is Tuesday, July 29, 2025 at about 7:30 in the rack. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous, perfect universe when you zoom out. But thankfully, we all chose to be here together. That's right, here together. What down, brother Wordsmith? What you manifesting today?
Love, now. You know me, manifesting love. What you manifesting?
Ditto, good brother. Pure, magnificent, unfiltered, unfiltered. Some say tough. Others have said harsh. But as you know, it's self-love just the same, bro.
No doubt, no doubt.
What's been up in your neck of America, KKK?
Yeah, it's been going down in the town. Woo! It's so hot. Everybody outside though. Um, be careful out there. You know it's true. Safety first.
Yeah, stay hydrated. I remember, man, back in the '90s when all this like 800 people died from the
Man,
humidity. Bro, I drove from South Shore over there to work. Man, parked my car, had to walk like 3 blocks. Stopped at a store and bought me some watermelon, bro. I was walking down the stage, boy, that walking down the street, South Loop eating watermelon like a slave, and I was proud of it. I tell you what, now I know why they ate so much watermelon in the South, and it wasn't just copper colored, because
uh,
that humidity would kill you.
yeah. We made big money off the watermelon for a
Oh
long
yeah,
time.
it was fresh too. Ooh wee. All right, y'all. Yeah, so stay hydrated, and check up on your loved ones, some who may not be able to get around, you know what I mean? Maybe the elders. Check up on them because a lot of them won't reach out and ask for what they need because they don't want to be a burden out there. They don't want to be a Luther burden out there. So reach out, pull up. All right, what to expect? Um, we always kick it off with the Self Love Show quote of the day. And then we have our more growth and development. It's a platform video, shows you what we're standing upon. And then we'll have tattoo tyranny. I don't think we got that, but we do got some pink crime out there. Black on black crime is always put out there in front. So we like to show some white on white crime out there. Okay. And then we got dome teaser. All right. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste. Terrible. Terrible. It's terrible. All right. It's literally a muscle. You know, you're you're creating neural pathways the more you use it. Right. So make it stronger. So the riddle is pinned in the chat. Okay. And then today's topic, predictive programming decoded. This is part two. The Simpsons, Hunger Games, iRobot, They Live. We'll touch on those here in part two. We're doing this one a little differently than part one. You'll see as we move forward. And then we wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And Brother Wordsmith has solved today's dome teaser. If you guys think you know the answer to today's dome teaser, go ahead and drop it in the chat. All right, and then we close it out with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's where Brother Wordsmith right here. He's going to summarize today's topic and things we discussed, and you guys might drop in the chat. He's going to summarize it in a bit of prose, top of the dome, poetry, right there for you. Okay, a rap song. Okay, from the ether, through the ether, to the ether, work of art. And but first, you got any announcements there, Phil?
Like, share. Uh, let's, let's get it out. Let's get it out far and wide. Subscribe. You know, you notice the information that you want to hear. We're giving it to our people uh, crystal clear. It's no mistake about this. So help us help everybody.
Well said, Noop. Well said. As I mentioned earlier, rest in peace, Ryan Sandberg. Brought me a lot of joy out there as a young Cub fan, growing up in the city of Chicago. Smart, drop dead gorgeous. You know what I mean? Um, Never got any racial vibes from him. You know what I mean? Damn good. Was that Steve Stone? Yeah, I'm confusing him with Steve Stone. Was he ever in the booth? He was never in the booth.
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't either.
But yeah, he had the prostate. So y'all make sure you're getting that checked out there. However they do it, you go there and get those fingers in your bum, and it has to be done at some point. You see a proctologist. I think that's what you see. Catch it early. That way you don't have to worry about it. All right. And that's all I had for any announcements. Y'all stop the violence out there. Okay. Yeah. And as Brother Wordsmith says, subscribe and drop some comments. And if there's anyone out there,
Oh,
this is Go ahead.
Do got an announcement out
All
there.
right. All right.
Tomorrow, Ancestor Echoes with the backing of Midwest Festivals can meet us at the Tunnel. It's a free event, 58th and Lakeshore Drive. It's a wonderful experience. 5 to 10.
Is that the tunnel going to the point? You're talking
It's
Manana?
it's yes, and it's a tunnel going to 58th and like where the boats are.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, going over to the lake.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Great experience. We had it last week and it went down. Some great DJs, great enjoyable time, man.
So it's like a party,
Yeah, I mean it's just
music.
a give back where we giving back to the public for attending our events and things of that nature and showing appreciation and getting out there, helping to keep the momentum and build some to our next event.
That's love, bro. That's love. Big ups to you guys. Keep that going because we sure need it. And big ups to all the sponsors. Midwest Festivals presents Ancestral Echoes, as he just mentioned. Tay Mills Aesthetics. If you're ever in sunny Southern California and you want to get a facial or anything from a licensed, bonded, insured esthetician, okay,
Do
body and
yourself a
weight.
favor and make it happen.
Yeah, yeah. Body, yes. Weight Loss Pro. Do yourself a favor. And that's right. Make it happen. Very thorough. Uh, at what she does, and I'll get this in the chat. And then Bella B Designs. All right, you guys might want to get some swag on your shirt. You know, Bella B Designs. Get something like that made. Um, it's copper colored owned as well, so you can recycle your money. Dropping that in the chat. You can get Bella B right there. Designs365 at gmail.com. And then Tay Mills, www.taymillsaesthetics.com. And then last but not least, if you're stranded out there and you need to get your whip to the mechanic or home, reach out to Gym Recovery out there. You might be in the Chicago area, and you want to get moving out there before they might pull up and start rummaging through your personal stuff, looking for guns, you know. Maybe there's a random shooting and you don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. He'll get you and your vehicle home safely. All right, enough of my yapping. I'll turn it over for this brother to handle his business.
Yes, yes, y'all. Don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. Self Love Show Predictive Programming Decoded, Part 2. Simpsons, Hunger Games, and iRobot. They live. Woo! This is about to be explosive. As always, I have a very important video that I need you to watch. The Silverback More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. But for that, we always have the Self Love Show quote of the day. Predictive programming is a subtle form of psychological conditioning provided by the media to acquaint the public with planned societal changes to be implemented by our leaders. If and when these changes are put through, the public will already be familiarized with them and accept them as natural progressions, thus lessening possible public resistance and commotion. Once again, predictive programming is a subtle form of psychological conditioning provided by the media to acquaint the public with planned societal changes to be implemented by our leaders. If and when these changes are put through, the public will already be familiarized with them and will accept them as natural progressions, thus lessening possible public resistance and commotion. Alan Watt.
Was he a Satanist? I'm not sure if he was a Satanist.
I'm not sure either. Yeah, I can't. It says you're sharing,
Yeah,
and I'm not co-host. I
you're not
forgot.
co-host. When I came back and took host back, there you go. You should better get it now. Oh, but I can do it. Let me know.
I already got it.
All right. Does anybody know if Alan Watt was a Satanist? Let us know in the chat.
This is your last chance.
You gotta go to the next one, Karen,
Is there
because
no turning?
we didn't run this during the.
The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You check
You
the
gotta go
red.
to the next one.
Stay.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number one, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number two, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And three, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
We're closing the gap.
Number 10, protect our children, women, and men by any and all means necessary.
Facts. And in case y'all missed last week's show, that was part one in this series. So do suggest you double back and watch that when you get a chance. 1984 by George Orwell, Terminator, that's me, and The Matrix. We decoded those a little bit. Stacy Miner says, "Hey guys, saying hello from California." All right, what part of California you in? Let us know. Predictive programming. I'm talking to my best friend about it now. Huh? Let me tell you, what's that, Sub? Is that synchronicity, coincidence? What is that?
Well, you already know. If you haven't watched our show on coincidences,
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
synchronicity.
Yeah. And she said, we are in bondage to programming, but I don't know about Simpsons and Hunger Games. Oh.
Earn the day.
We could do a whole show on what The Simpsons has predicted.
Yeah. I mean, a few shows.
Yeah.
Do the whole predictive programming one.
Yeah. 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 Facts.
Crazy
All right.
that is.
We got a warm up poll question. And I'll drop the link in the chat for anybody who hasn't voted yet. The CIA has its tentacles in every major media outlet or source. Okay. The spooks, they have their tentacles in every major media outlet source. Option number one, Cap. That's Cap. Option number two, for sure. For sure they do. Option number three, they've got their tentacles in most, but not all. You're going to select that option. Do take the time to drop a comment and let us know which media source or outlet you don't believe that they have their tentacles in. You know, you might say YouTube or social media. You know, you might say the Joe Rogan show or the Y Files. You know, let us know. And then lastly, you're unsure because you enjoy rubbing your bum on the fence. You're unsure because you're a habitual bum rubber on the fence. And Brother Wordsmith and I will let you know what we selected towards the end of the show. Karen, if you can drop that into the chat. All right, Karen's just dropped that into the chat for you guys. All you have to do is click on that and vote right quick. It's totally anonymous, won't cost you a dime. And at the end of the show, we'll have some more data, greater data, huh, Self?
Greater data all day.
That's right. All right, predictive programming decoded, part 2. The Simpsons, Hunger Games, iRobot, They Live is what we'll be touching on. Bro, did you see the chimp crazy arrest?
Mm, you know, I stay pretty unplugged, but I really don't think I've seen this. But even with your creative,
Yeah, I don't think
yeah,
you've seen it, huh?
titling,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, Inside Edition. All right. And what do you say? Fair use.
fair use.
She replaced the Tiger King as the wackiest animal lover in America. Now the woman who starred on the HBO hit Chimp Crazy is behind bars.
She's in jail. The infamous lady from HBO's hit docuseries Chimp Crazy is behind bars today. Inside Edition obtained this bizarre booking photo of Tanya Haddox. Gone is her flamboyant blonde wig. So how did she end up in trouble this time? Tanya is once again accused of harboring a chimpanzee in a cage in her basement in Missouri. Lisa Guerrero spoke with Tanya in 2022, and she admitted then that she faked the death of the world's most famous chimp, Tonka, who appeared in the movies Buddy and George of the Jungle.
Did you fake Tonka's death?
Absolutely, 100% I did.
She even showed us the cell where she kept him locked up.
This was Tonka's hideaway.
Yeah. It is torture to keep a highly social chimpanzee in solitary confinement, deprive them of exercise or even the ability to breathe fresh air.
PETA's attorney Brittany Pete says Haddox still owes the animal rights group nearly $250,000 in legal fees over their lawsuit to free Tonka.
I don't think I can ever be shocked with Tanya Haddox anymore. I think maybe the better word is disgusted.
Tanya was found guilty of perjury and obstruction of justice for hiding Tonka, who was removed by authorities and is now living in a chimp sanctuary. But now she's allegedly at it again. Officials say they've seized another chimp, this time a female that she was keeping in the same basement cage.
Tanya Haddox is now in jail awaiting her sentencing.
All right there, fella. What's your initial reaction? You got PETA involved.
Yeah, I'm very unimpressed with the lady talking about the solitary confinement of the apes when it's allowed with people.
Yeah, specifically bronze colored, normally copper colored.
These people, there's something.
Yeah. Yeah, she flat out said it. She said it's torture.
Yes.
She said those chimps need fresh air, and you know what I mean? They don't need 23-hour lockdown, in these prisons.
It's amazing.
But the chimp didn't commit a crime.
No, not at all. But still, she committed the crimes, and now she locked up. Did you see her? Oh my gosh, she looked like a part of the ape family.
You mean once they took the wig and all the glam, the Hollywood glam off?
Oh yeah.
And you had that mep. Well, allegedly, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, well, I bet that house stank. I can't even imagine how that house smelled. All right, you guys.
You think that they actually kept him in solitary confinement? She didn't ever let him out or whatever?
Yeah, I think she let him out. You know what I mean? She probably just put him in there when company was coming.
Yeah, well, when he was, sleep or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she was adding things in there like that.
But what about she let him walk the backyard for at least 30 minutes a day, at midnight, 2 a.m.?
Probably something.
You be sleep
maybe,
like, man,
maybe not in the backyard though, because
I hear a chimp.
he was supposed to be dead.
You be sleep, you the next door neighbor
Neighbors
self
over
like I keep thinking I hear a chimp or something, but
wait a minute. That's why you can't let him in the yard, because
yeah.
neighbors would be like, wait a minute.
If it's 4 a.m, they're not up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Maybe not. We don't know who they are.
Yeah, it could be walking to the men's room and then hear it. All right, predictive programming, decoded part 2, Simpsons, Hunger Games, iRobot, They Live. We'll get to that, y'all. We got one more video we're gonna react to. Yeah, the B-52s. You remember them?
Remember
the
name.
roam around the world. I don't know if that's the same group. The B-52 roams via Delta. Inside edition.
Uh-oh.
Fair use.
Inside edition.
A Delta pilot is being hailed a hero today for narrowly evading a mid-air collision with a B-52 bomber.
He was a Delta.
We were traveling straight and then it went sideways.
Monica Green was a passenger on the regional Delta flight traveling from Minneapolis to a small airport in Minot, North Dakota. As they were coming in to land, the Delta pilot spotted, of all things, the massive B-52 bomber right in his path. Okay. The bomber was doing a flyover at the nearby North Dakota State Fair, but because the local airport has no radar, the air traffic controller was guiding the planes by sight and didn't see how close they were. So the Delta pilot had to make a sharp right and get the heck out of the way.
Sorry about the aggressive maneuver. It caught me by surprise.
That's the voice of the pilot apologizing to his passengers for the abrupt evasive maneuver. You can see the wild turns he was forced to make on
North Dakota.
The plane just went completely sideways. It felt really weird to look out the window and just see grass instead of seeing the horizon. Like you're just literally just facing the ground. It was pretty weird.
When they landed, the hero pilot explained
he's traumatized.
Even he sounded a little rattled.
This is not normal at all. I know
no shit.
Give us a heads up. And nobody said, hey, there's also a B-52 in the pattern. Long story short, it was not fun, but I do apologize for it. Not a fun day at work. So have a nice evening.
Apologize.
Yeah, I don't want to hear all this.
Applause is well deserved.
That pilot was awesome.
The Air Force and the FAA
He's
say
gonna
they
get in
have
trouble.
launched investigations into the incident.
He's gonna get in trouble, fella. That's too much information.
Hey, man, that is the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard, that they don't have radar.
Simple radar.
They don't have radar, bro.
Well, he's doing it by sight, though. How come he didn't see it?
Because it's a B-52 bomber. He didn't know it was going to be there. And it's ridiculous.
No, not the pilot.
I'm talking about he didn't
air
know
traffic. They cleared the B-52 to do what he did.
What he just said was he didn't know that the B-52 was going to be there.
That was the pilot. The air traffic control.
At the very end, the air traffic control.
That was a newscaster.
Who was he talking to? Who was he interviewing?
A lady who was on the plane with tattoos on her neck.
No, after that, it was just an audio. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I thought, because the B-52 had clearance. The pilot was the only one that wasn't in the...
No, the air traffic controller said he wasn't in the loop. That's why it went down like that.
But if he's doing it by sight, so you're saying the air traffic controller just didn't know.
He didn't know. And then he looked out there and he didn't see it like that.
I see. Let's see. Let me take. I missed something there. Of course, you're not going to hear it. Hold on. Let's do this one more time. I didn't know they were talking to the air traffic.
The pilot is
at the very end.
Nobody said, hey, there's also a B-52 in the pattern. Long story short, it was
that's the pilot.
But I do apologize for it. Not a fun day at work.
That's what I said. The pilot. This is all the shit he said to the passengers. And I'm like, bro, I don't need to hear all this. That's what now the pilot should have been alerted by air traffic control.
By everybody.
Yes,
Air
but
traffic controller should have said, "Hey, don't come in here because this shit is happening right now."
he
But
actually should have
nobody
given
had
the B-52 clearance.
or either of them because apparently both of them had clearance.
Right, but correct, but you know, you got a jet with a bunch of people on it, and you got a B-52 doing a military flyover at some I don't want to call it a gay
Festival.
event, but one of them takes precedence over
festival.
the other. So the B-52 should have had to wait, in my opinion, you know, if anything. But yeah, the overarching point is they don't have a radar. That's crazy though. They're doing it by sight, and he cleared them both. And you know what I mean? Like he never said, "Hey, watch out! You guys are going right towards each other."
Yeah, they initially said he didn't know that they were that close.
He who?
They said that the dude doing it by sight said he didn't know that they were that close.
He was probably staring at his phone. All right, Karen, clear that off the screen. You know, we're in a day and age where everybody's staring at their phone, bro. Somebody asked me
why don't they have a radar and some AI involved with that whole situation? Because
I don't know, but there's been a lot of mess ups with Delta in the last week or two, man. Somebody's on their bum. Something ain't right.
How do you keep going to airports that they don't have radar? That's
yeah. I wonder what they're doing at night, huh? Well, you got lights. Probably easy.
Doing it by sight.
Yeah, but how do you know how far they are? Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Predictive programming decoded part 2, Simpsons, Hunger Games, IRobot, They Live. All right, we got a dome teaser, which Brother Wordsmith has solved. And it is I hint at truths in fiction's frame, a future veiled in culture's game, seen before yet strangely new. What am I that scripts debut? Okay. You guys let us know what your guesses are. We'll let you know if you're smart, if you're processing like the generational quarterback, the generational Z quarterback we got for the Chicago Bears right now. Okay. Depending on your answer, we'll tell you if you're smart. All right. Enough of the appetizers. I'm not going to take shots at your quarterback. All right. All right. I'm not going to take shots.
He's free game. I don't, he's not my son or nephew. You know what I'm saying? He's a public figure.
And he's an adult, huh?
You take all the shots you want.
Right.
I don't.
Enough of the appetizers out there, fella.
Let's quench the self-love nation's thirst.
All right. We do have a quick video we're going to run. Sort of a promo video. It's related. And then we'll get down to the brass tacks.
Moses the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years.
You can cut that.
Uh-oh.
Man, let's.
All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was, I don't know. Vaccines. All right. Predictive programming. But let's get back to the show. All right. Let's get right to it. Okay. What just happened? Okay, all right. I got it. Karen, you do. What would we do without Karen? All right. Here we go.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to Talknology. Today we're exploring a wild claim that's got everyone talking. Did The Simpsons predict Andy Byron's scandal? Let's dive in.
Did you hear about this? He's the CEO, and he was out at some game with his dip, and the kiss cam came over.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. He's a CEO with the secretary or something. She's his assistant. And then when the cam hit, he ducked down and she turned her head and turned scarlet red. And then Reddit got involved. You know how the internet is.
That looks like. And yeah, together. Wow.
Put it in their facial recognition software. Yep. She stepped down. I think he had to step down. But anyway, just look at this.
In season 28, episode 17 of The
Look at
Simpsons,
that.
titled Kiss Kiss,
Tell me that don't
fans
look
claim
the
to have
same.
spotted an eerie similarity to the recent scandal involving Andy Byron, the CEO of Astronomer. For those who might not be aware, Andy Byron
Yeah.
You got on the same color
Man.
shirt.
Same haircut.
was caught in a compromising position with Kristen Cabot at a Coldplay concert, sparking a
Coldplay concert.
formal investigation by the company. Now, let's compare the two. Can you spot the similarity?
The same look on their face.
Man.
How does this happen?
From the setting to the characters' reactions, it's
That is crazy.
Project Looking Glass.
Yeah.
uncanny. What do you think? Is this just a coincidence? Or did The Simpsons really predict Andy Byron's scandal? Let us know in the comments below.
That's what we mean by Simpsons, Stacy. All right. They do a lot of this. They got a picture of when
So much. They got a picture of Trump becoming president.
yeah, they got one with him with the 3 Arabs he was with when he went over there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And they had their hands over this like globe doing some New World Order witchcraft. All right. What makes predictive programming more than just coinkydink? Speaking of coinkydink.
What makes it that is this intention to make something happen in the future. That's going to follow suit with what they're introducing.
Now, you just mentioned Project Looking Glass. For those who might not have their 10 hats, can you break that down?
Okay, Project Looking Glass was a project that they have for lack of a better term, a machine that can predict future events based upon adding new information, inputting information or changes, trying to change the result.
Changing the outlook, different data goes in, then you can just keep looking at the different outlook.
Yeah, and it always goes to the same thing. They can't. That's why they stopped looking at it, trying to deal with it. But looking at it, you can see future results based
So like
on
a crystal ball.
Yeah, for lack of a better term, but it's people don't think of a crystal ball as technology, but it is.
But when they try to change one thing about it, right, one data point, it still ends up in the same result, no matter what they do.
Well, there are some changes, and some people might call it the butterfly effect. Is kind of a result of those things because they're always
Mandela effect.
Yeah, Mandela effect. Yeah, same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a better term. I like that term better. But that's the result of it. But it's still going in the same direction. My point in mentioning it was that you can see the future in it because some of the stuff they are implementing. They're not just looking at what it's saying; they're making it happen. They're still going through the process. So it's a lot of things that you can actually see that's going to happen.
So they can see certain things and then put it in a TV show or in The Simpsons.
Yeah. Yes. That the creator of The Simpsons, I can't think his name right now.
Matt Groening.
Yeah,
they're Chicago people.
Yeah, well, he's much more than that. He's really tapped into.
Yeah, they probably got it at the University of Chicago, which was founded and owned by the Rockefeller. So it wouldn't surprise me if that tech existed, it would be at the UFC somewhere.
He's really tapped in, and somebody is feeding him information, or he's tapped into the information.
Yeah. Predictive Go ahead.
I mean, because there's his writers, they do it like it's a picture, and you see exactly what it is.
It'd be exactly the same.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I mean, it'd be exactly the same. You guys, if you get a chance, just do a YouTube search or a TikTok things The Simpsons has predicted compilation, and you're gonna be like, whoa.
It's gonna be a long compilation.
Yeah.
This is the longest running TV show for a reason.
Yeah. Predictive programming relies on repetition, symbolic familiarity, and subliminal cues to prepare the public psyche. It's not about isolated predictions. It's about consistent patterns across entertainment that feel that mirror unfolding realities. It's about consistent patterns across entertainment that mirror unfolding reality. Why is repetition such a powerful tool in predictive programming? You know, my coach, Bob Frazier, he said, I think they were saying that at basketball camp too, but he's ramming into us. Repetition makes recognition. Repetition makes recognition. Repetition makes recognition. When we were doing those drills over and over again, bro.
Yeah, repetition.
So, yeah,
goes right to, it bypasses the conscious mind and goes right to the subconscious mind. And the more you do something over and over again, there's a point where your conscious mind disconnects and it's straight to the, it's
almost like getting ready
meditation.
for work every day and driving down Lakeshore Drive to get downtown or to get to the train. Right. You're not doing it consciously anymore.
Right. It's a walking meditation, or, you know, driving, whatever it is.
A hypnosis.
Yes. Autopilot. Meditation, hypnosis there's very thin line between them.
It's the same way if you've ever been inebriated and you're driving home slapped, and the next day you don't remember, or you don't even have to be slapped. You could be thinking about some tragedy that happened in your life or something, and you don't remember nothing about the drive home.
Or you can be thinking about a song, or you can be thinking about anything.
Something, work project or something,
on autopilot.
Yeah.
It happens. Autopilot is a real thing. Your subconscious, you're almost always on autopilot, even though you think you're not, you know.
That's why it's so difficult for some people to meditate, most people to meditate, because that autopilot always wants to kick on. You know, meditation is when you're taking control, you're cutting the autopilot off. Repetition normalizes when certain themes like surveillance, societal collapse, or AI control appear again and again and again and again. They become less shocking over time, planting subconscious acceptance. Yeah. So even if
that's why the Cloud Child, whatever his name is, that you own nothing and be happy.
Yeah.
He's trying to imprint that on everybody's brain. But, you know, as I always say, they should collapse. It's gonna collapse. Side note.
How does symbolism shape the viewer's emotional response? I hear that's big. You know, you got your symbols.
It's how they're introduced.
And let them do this. Christ figures and sages back in the day. Go ahead. I don't know what this means. Nobody ever says it.
Yeah. It's how they're introduced and how they're told to be interpreted. So that's what the symbols have a whole lot to do with amongst the popular culture is they introduced, pardon me, they're introduced as something that they're not usually, and backed up with something that you're supposed to fear. So it's always a negative connotation with a lot of the symbols that have been taken and rebranded as something evil.
So the alphabet, those characters are symbols.
Yes.
People who are illiterate, but they know what those symbols are. They just can't put them together. Right? I'm sure an illiterate person could tell you the ABCs. No? Yeah. Most of them.
Some.
Come on, they can remember those A, B, C. Everybody, A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
When did that come out?
That song?
Yeah.
What do you mean when it come out?
I'm just saying, like, there
I
was
don't know.
a time that what song wasn't there, and some of those people are probably still alive that don't know how to read or whatever, don't know
There's people who yeah, yeah. But
the
I'm
people
saying
people
most
that
people.
anybody that refused. So yeah, most people, almost all people
I'm just thinking most
in
illiterate people
America.
know the ABCs. At least they know those symbols, but they just can't put them together and read and understand what that word is. I don't know. I could be wrong on this, and this is
No,
just
you
my
probably
assumption.
it could be either way. But if they can write their name, then they understand the letters. But reading,
Some of them put X on there, right? But they can't comprehend. Now, what I'm getting at is that may be an advantage, illiteracy.
and to a lot of things, yes, but
With the
to a lot of
programming.
things, no. It's to the no, because they know the language, and the programming is coming through the images with the speech. They don't know how to, they know the words, they know how to talk and all that. They don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to read.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to write it down, but they
Mm-hmm.
still know. So
Yeah, that's true.
the
That's true because
programming,
it's
predictive
an audible
programming,
symbol and it's a
yes,
visual symbol.
yes, put together, which is the most powerful uh to imprint upon somebody's subconscious.
Yeah, because once you learn how to speed read, you're not necessarily sounding out the words in your mind. You're just responding to the images you're seeing
Yeah,
on the screen.
right. You're picking the words as images and not as letters.
Sounds correct.
Yes,
Correct. So, um,
that's a way that they slowed us down in our
they sure
vibration
did.
frequency because we had pictures. We drew in pictures and we spoke words that meant many words. They weren't just no singular word, if you know what I mean. Um, yeah, when you think in pictures and you speak in pictures, your language is less talking, more understanding.
Yeah. So, how does symbolism shape the viewer's emotional response? Because that's what these mediums are. A lot of them are books,
Yeah.
movies, TV shows.
Well, your subconscious understands symbols far deeper than the conscious. There are archetypes and things set in place that um, hit root, hit chakras.
Mm-hmm.
It means things that your conscious mind might not even imagine,
Mm-hmm.
but and it knows it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
subconscious, the symbolism and all of that is extremely important because they know that we think in pictures, we don't think in words.
Yeah, it always fascinated me why like the GDs use the Star of David. I mean, it's King David, I get that, but why they use the 6 point star? Like, and then the fives, the brothers use 5 point star. It just always fascinated me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah, those images all over the city.
yeah. And it's symbolic, and it goes deep to our subconscious because our DNA holds all of the memories all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah, it's a base operating system. Like when they say when you're born, you're born with everything you need, pretty much.
Yeah, base. It's. I mean, everybody has it, so but everybody don't have access to it. And there's been a lot of there's some bloodlines that can, and there's a lot that can't.
Mm-hmm. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. There's a lot of bloodlines that haven't recorded that information in their DNA.
Exactly, they haven't been here.
Right.
They can only go back to where they
Right.
started.
Right. Unless they were given the knowledge at some point.
Well, even the knowledge is not recorded in them. So even if they have the knowledge, it's not recorded in them. It's not part of the DNA structure.
So symbolism triggers instinctive reactions. A single image, a black mirror, a pyramid. You saw that a lot in the community. An eye can evoke deeper meanings and emotional resonance without overt explanation. Over time, these visuals condition reactions to real life parallels. Basically said what you said.
Yes. Yep. It hits your memories, and your subconscious reacts to it. Like it's very specific. And
well, this is why when the motion pictures came out, even still pictures, a lot of people were calling them evil.
They were saying they're capturing your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Our people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
they saw it like the way we can see the little ones transfixed by this black mirror in their hand, right? With all that magic coming through, and it's just they were seeing how it was going to transfix us. You know what I mean? Boy, get from in front of that TV. Cut that TV off.
How it did.
Yeah. Boy, been in front of that TV all day.
All this stuff is taking us away from
nature.
So,
observing, we used to be, yes.
That was our entertainment. What we can see outside.
Yeah.
Go out and play. Our entertainment was what we saw and what we did outside.
Play with the roly-polies. I bet kids don't even know what a roly-poly is. You touch them and that thing rolls up and you're like, look at that thing out there. And you leave it alone a while and unrolls and tries to get to where it was going, and then you touch it and it rolls up again. You know what I mean? You learn a lot.
Protecting itself.
Yeah, protecting itself. Can visual and auditory cues, we just kind of covered that, but can visual and auditory cues create subconscious associations?
No, it can lock you into a time and space completely. A visual and audio can take your mentality back to when you first observed it.
It does too. You're right. It can take your whole essence back to that time and place. There's that song. That reminds me of when we was pledging. Brothers used to be in the house, tap into that, and we could hear it. You know what I mean? And every time I hear that song, so I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
yeah.
That's fact. And if you've been harmed and fractured into different personalities, it can access the personality that's hidden. Audio and visual together can immediately place someone, change the personality and set off.
What was that? The CIA was doing Manchurian
candidates. Yeah.
Manchurian candidates. Yeah, they had a visual auditory cue that they are alleged that could set the candidate off and wake them up and turn them into the monster that they created.
Yeah.
So, music, lighting, bro.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
All the frequencies, especially if you can hit more than two sensory, it really can control somebody. So, like, if they have the audio where it's a low vibration, like low tone, where you can feel it, they can really set some shit off.
Camera angles, and I think that's what those directors be learning, cinematographers. Catchphrases aren't random.
None of it is, bro.
They're designed to elicit emotions, fear, excitement, familiarity, and link those emotions to specific ideas, times, places, and technologies. To your point.
Yeah, take you right there, like blink. Because, if it's all happening at once, then it's all happening now. So if it's taking you back to some place, it's just changing the frequency of your perception.
Yeah. Yeah. And you'll literally be gone. And then somebody will be like, bro. Oh, man, yeah, I was daydreaming. You come up with something like that. Which we've been programmed. Stop daydreaming. You someplace else, literally. Your consciousness was probably literally elsewhere.
Self Love Show. Wordsmith 9 Mills. Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. You know
how the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
Yeah, y'all. Don't stop. You know how the story go. So, this has been a very outstanding. I mean, this is part 2, but this might be part 2. It's growing, and we only in the beginning. It's about to go up. But as always, got some very edutaining videos for you to check out. Wow, we can woosah and get our minds right to deliver more edutainment in the second portion of our show. So, man, check out these videos. They are very edutaining. Amazing. TATN produces high quality entertainment.
Big ups, air quotes, too.
And be right back at you.
Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years in a desert.
Manna.
Let's talk about what manna truly is. And
Shaganoski's in the Middle East right now saying manna is Peter.
Can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert, and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond. He's gonna rain down bread in a desert. Moses summoned the strongest men for them to dig, and that's where the whole term of so it is above, so it is what?
Below.
That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find water.
Yeah, like the elephants can do.
So what do you find even in the desert when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants?
You sounding like this shit is the wheel or something, like it's gonna change the world.
Look, man, I don't know about all that change the world shit, but what I do know is that they be going crazy over this, man. I'm telling you. And the bitches, oh Lord, the bitches, yo, they do anything for this.
If we were educated, we would know that Kamala Harris is part of the Boule. We would know that those organizations have been in existence for hundreds of years. And if they are planning 500 years in advance, how can you compete if you don't educate yourself? Barack Obama, Trump, and Biden, none of them did anything for any of us. And Kamala Harris is going to follow that same trend. She might smile in your face. She might have caramel skin. She might pour hot sauce on her food.
You have no idea. This is how my mother kept all of her stuff.
At the end of the day, she's not going to do anything for us. And when we realize that none of them are going to do anything for us, and we got to start our own, we'll be better off. The first government is a husband and wife and a family, and then the extended family. And if that husband and that wife is not financially planning for the future, they're going to suffer.
That even the local news is ultimately both written for and controlled by a unified source, regardless of the network. Just watch this clip and you'll see how bad it really is.
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media.
The sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish things they are true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
What advice would you give to a young silverback interested in your profession?
Definitely don't be discouraged, because I know I was, especially with the company like Google or other tech companies as well. I think it's easy to fall into this cycle of imposter syndrome, right? Like where you think that you don't belong. If I can talk to any young person, I'll tell them like, you are enough. You're doing the right things. You deserve to be in whatever space you are in. And now that you're here, make sure your voice is heard. And then I will also say networking. Networking is literally the key in my opinion. You never know who you might meet on the streets, at the store. And if you have already existing connections, make sure you keep up with those. You never know when opportunity may present itself. And also hold on to your mentors. And once you have a mentor, be sure to give back. I think it should be a cycle.
But is it true that I have my cell phone and my location, and if I became a target, that a drone could literally know where I am and take me out?
The police have a drone that from TV and stuff that is real, and I've seen it. It shoots, it shocks people, but there's also a drone at the border that's in a box, and if you walk up to it and it pops out and it can tell if you're Hispanic and it shocks you, and then Border Patrol picks you up. But yes, wow. It is capable for them to hit you with whatever they want whenever they want, because drones are not only stealthy, but these Air Force drones, these Global Hawks, these Predators, these huge drones that no one even knows about are in different levels of the atmosphere surveying targets in America. So you got your Bluetooth, you have your cell phone technology, and then you have your Wi-Fi. That's why when I go to the casino or anywhere I don't want to get hacked, I turn my Wi-Fi and my Bluetooth off.
Why did you decide to use hip hop or music as a vehicle?
I could say my uncle Parrish, he had that's his age group, the turntables, the B-boys, you feel me? He a little older than me. So they was doing that in the rooms, man. And I was like, I was intrigued by that, man, watching Rap City every Saturday over my grandma's house. My other uncle, Robert Morrison, he got a Grammy, bro. He's a producer, bro. He's like a house producer, bro, R&B. So he did a lot of stuff with like Maurice Joshua, all them house cats, man. He got a Grammy for that. So that was a part of me, man. Music in my family, bro. Like my great grandma was a poet, so it came from that, And my uncles, my pops, they had like they was like the Jackson 5 type shit. Y'all can hear that in the background?
Yeah, I heard after the shots, 12 rolling, late too.
I heard the last of the shots when you said, man, they shooting.
Yeah, you heard that? Yeah.
Man down.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid, It don't have that low budget movie feel, you know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Yeah. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
they so ignorant.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the South Shore.
Crazy thing about it,
this platform is
made for you and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, y'all. Don't stop. Self Love
Yo,
Show.
Self Love Show, the Self Love Show.
On.
You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
Yes, y'all. Weren't those videos edutaining? Didn't you learn something? Didn't you get entertained by them? TATN always do the damn thing. So tell friends, tell family, tell everybody you know. All like minds. Bring them. We need them, they need us.
Yeah, buddy. All right, Karen, we got one.
5 times The Simpsons have predicted the future. In Season 6, Episode 19, Lisa... 5 times The Simpsons have predicted the future. In Season 6, Episode 19, Lisa visited a fortune teller and was transported 15 years into the future. While in the future reality, she talked to Marge using a video chat feature on her phone, which is now called FaceTime. In Season 9, Episode 3, when Bart was sad, Marge offered to read him a book called Curious George and the Ebola Virus, possibly hinting at the 2014 US Ebola outbreak. In Season 11, Episode 17, when Lisa was the president, she stated that she had to clean up after Donald Trump, meaning they predicted he would be president in the future. In Season 22, Episode 1, Milhouse correctly predicted that Bengt Holmstrom would win the 2016 Nobel Prize. In Season 5, Episode 10, The Simpsons predicted the Siegfried and Roy tiger attack.
Oh, yeah, and there's a lot more.
A whole lot more. Year
whole
after
lot.
year after year after year after year. I mean, like I said, Project Looking Glass. That's what came to my spirit when we were talking about it and you're mentioning it. I'm like, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Facts.
Like
Yeah.
I said, it's a cartoon and it's the longest running TV show ever. They are programming, predictive programming, a lot of stuff.
Facts. And why do these fictional narratives resonate so deeply with audiences? What's that about? Why do we care?
The whole thing is everything's happening at once. So ultimately, our subconscious knows.
It's one consciousness.
Yes. And our conscious mind does not have complete access to the subconscious mind. If you did, then wow, what we could really achieve. And
I think I know what you're saying. We do have access to it, but it's just been we haven't
all
been
of the
told.
Poison. No, it ain't been told.
Yes.
All of the poison,
fluoride,
yeah, and the food and the water,
yeah,
and the programming,
yeah,
and you know, our not knowing better and
yeah.
teaching our seed
material science. Can't measure it if you can't see it. It's not happening.
And or that, you know, going with the narrative that we're not who we don't know who we are and we're from somewhere else, and all of this narrative, as far as for my family anyway, we're from somewhere else. We're not from somewhere else. We're from here. We've been here, and the whole thing
disconnecting us from the land, from the earth.
Yes, and they disconnected us from our children first.
Yeah,
and
from nature. These animals birds used to ride on our shoulders. So
yeah,
animals weren't afraid of us.
Yeah, but once they had us in bondage or some sort of work relationship, slavery or whatever they want to call it, it's, you know, that's all amalgamated.
Yeah.
They learned that when it was mandatory education that they could separate us from our children by telling us a narrative that our parents don't know and disconnecting us from it.
They're still doing it.
Yes.
Animals didn't used to attack us.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Now it's, you know, they're fearing for their life whenever they see us, like kind of like a pig. A member of law enforcement. Why? And I mean, that's well said. That's well said. And now it could be that they're tapping into the archetypes too, the fears of control, desires for freedom, the hero's journey that's been programmed into us. These stories feel personal and timeless, making their message more absorbable. So there's a technique when you learn how to write and all this they're talking about. Create the archetype and fear, love, the hero's journey. It's an arc, a character arc, all of that.
They do it time and time again through
over and over and over.
different movies.
Over
every movie.
Even the Bible, the story of Yeshua.
Yeah, well,
over and over and over and over and over. Over and over and over. Is predictive programming intentional or simply artistic coinciding? Now, you're an artist. I'm an artist. I feel like it's both.
It's depending on where it's coming from. I mean, because our art is not to influence the masses on what to think. It's to think. It's
and maybe to prepare them for what's coming.
Yeah.
Not to program, but to prepare.
There, the larger theme of what's pushed by the institution itself is completely biased and predictive and pointing towards the future.
Facts.
And not just the future, it's their interpretation of what they want to happen in the future. So it really needs, all it needs is for our like minds to see through and see what they're actually trying to do. And, band together against that.
Facts. It's kind of like smelling salts, at least my art, and designed to get you to ask better questions, question everything.
Period. Point blank.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. In such a way where that's the beauty of it now, but according to the predictive programming, there's going to be a time where you won't even be able to get away with that. The beauty of the art now is that you can use metaphors and similes and tell a message and help people who can, like even Yeshua, he talked in parables, and let those who can hear, hear, and let those who can see, see. But there's going to be a time, bro, where the algorithm ain't going to be having none of that.
We're not getting there.
You know what I mean? According to the predictive program.
Right. And they all of that always fails. All of that stuff, they're behind because it gets too much, and then it stops their whole program, and then they got to reset and reintroduce. That's why we have resets in the same movies, all this time ago. They do a new version of it because they're trying to reset and move the population in the direction they want.
What made me good at video games, bros? Because I'm a master at pattern recognition.
Yeah.
And it went back to the days at Eminem, on 53rd Street playing Pac-Man. I could sit there 1/4 and be on the game for an hour and a half, bro.
Yeah.
And even Miss Pac-Man, but it was a little different because the patterns were different. And so like even when I watched the news, I don't know if you saw that video on break with all those newscasters saying the exact same words. You start to see these patterns and you're able to recognize. Even when we play basketball, you start seeing that, okay, there's an algorithm here. There's a pattern here that's going on.
Yeah, this guy can't stop me from going left or
Yeah.
right.
And
So
this
it's all
guy's gonna come out
I
here
need
and have a
I
Michael
need
Jordan fantasy.
I need to watch the next guy. Oh, and this guy, he's got no chance because he's not gonna pass the ball, and
Mm-hmm.
we recognize that, so we're
Yep.
gonna take the
Yep.
ball from him.
Yep. It was just different avatars. Yep. Yep. This guy's just into himself, and this guy's not going to play any defense. This guy's never going to get back. Come right over there, self. You guys never going to get back. Leak. You know what I mean? By the time we were finished with him, his team was shouting at him like, "Whose man is this?" You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But pattern recognition, and it's predictable. So when some people say, "Yeah, they're conspiracy theorists," no, we've just seen a pattern before. Bro, every time there's a shooter, they'll come right out there and say there was multiple shooters. And I'll be in the comments self like, yeah, tomorrow in less than 24, 48 hours, they're going to say he was a lone wolf. You know what I mean? And people be like, well, let the investigation. They be in the comments, you conspiracy theorists, let the investigation. Sure enough. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, yeah, look at your comment. Aging like milk. You know what I mean?
I'm at the point now where I wanted to comment on these comments, but I'm at the point now that I don't even. And I understand why you do, because it might wake somebody up.
Yeah.
But
yeah, if you can just wake one of them up. You know what I mean? I don't comment all the time, but sometimes I get in there because I get tired of the same pattern. The witnesses come right out. Yeah, there were 4 or 5 guys. There were aliens we saw. You know what I mean? Then the next day, that news gets out there, and starts reprogramming everybody.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
So
ridiculous, man. It's the whole system. It's time for a conscious reset.
So according to my research, intent is murky. Some argue predictive programming is orchestrated. Others say it's pattern recognition by viewers. What matters more is its impact, whether deliberate or incidental. The result is cultural conditioning.
Okay, I hear you. But it's intentional.
Yeah.
It's intentional. So that's throws at other stuff. And stuff that happened in shows that like we're not talking about or any of that. Laws have been implemented because of shows.
Yeah.
It's been presented to the people in the form of a movie or a TV show. And
oh yeah, we pay for the programming.
Yeah, yes.
We pay for
it. Yes.
She loves it. But she's
what
part
are you
of,
doing?
She's yeah. I mean, she's part of the whole thing. Yeah, that was right before the lottery they do. Yeah, Hunger Games, man.
Her character changed a bit over time.
Uh-huh.
So,
character arc. They didn't have copper color. Not many.
No.
Predictive programming.
Yeah, it's the nonsensical.
Mm-hmm.
That's why their goal never happens, because it's not possible.
Yeah.
Not in this simulation, pardon me. I know you think it's based reality, but in this simulation, it's not possible for it to even keep going and running without us.
Yeah, your predictive programming's got you thinking it's a simulation. Can predictive programming alter how we interpret world events? You just kind of mentioned it.
Yeah.
That there's policy been created after films, TV shows.
Period. They're pushing towards all of this. I mean, you can't tell some of the agendas. Pardon me. A lot of these so-called futuristic have where they're making people through cloning or some sort of artificial insemination. They're not doing it the old-fashioned way, and they're losing the labels of man and woman and things of that nature.
Yeah, the Baphomet.
Yeah,
moving us towards the Baphomet.
Right, they're pushing all of that, and all of these shows.
Women could oogle men, rub on your chest, do all types of stuff, say how hot a guy is when he walks past, and the guy can't do any of that.
No. Well, changing roles for sure.
So
Part of the agenda.
When a scenario unfolds that mirrors fiction, people may feel deja vu rather than alarm. The narrative context makes the event seem like a part of a larger story rather than a disruption. But what were you saying about the roles, bro?
I mean, they are swapping the roles, and they're manipulating the whole situation ever since they introduced feminism and got our people involved in feminism, and it's all been about separating us and try to make us conform to their culture.
Mm-hmm.
Their subculture, because really they get their culture from us. So
yeah, and that was all a big marketing scam, how they pushed that onto the world. Literally had these four women well dressed. We covered a lot of stuff we're discussing with cigarettes, walking down what's that big street in New York, everybody? The big
Broadway.
street. Yeah, nah. Is it Broadway? The other one. I think it's another one. All the lights, Times Square. Yeah, they were on Times Square. And they had these fancy clothes on, smoking cigarettes. And that thing went viral as far as viral could be back then. And then after that, everybody wanted their independence. Men were the bad guys.
Yeah, they've been building that for a long time. It was still a long time after that before our people engaged in it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because those were four white women that they used. Very famous. They could end up on Life magazine. And it was all done. They tried to make it seem like it was organic, but it was all propped up there. Like they tried to make it seem like it was random. Oh, look at these, you know what I mean? Look at these boss chicks. No, it was all staged.
I can't think of the name of it, but it was a project by the CIA.
Wernicke. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. 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 Sure was. All right. Predictive programming decoded, part 2. Simpsons, Hunger Games, iRobot, They Live. Yeah, so we're just kind of taking a different approach, but this is from iRobot. I'm gonna have to watch this film again.
Detective, what are you doing?
You said they've all been programmed with the 3 laws, so that means we have 1,000 robots that will not try to protect themselves if it violates a direct order from a human. And I'm betting one who will.
Detective, put your gun down.
Why do you give them faces? Try to friendly them all up, make them look all human.
These robots are not susceptible to intimidation.
I guess if you didn't, we wouldn't trust them.
These robots are USR property.
Not me. These things are just lights and clockwork.
Crazy.
Let me ask you something, Doc. Does thinking you're the last sane man on the face of the earth make you crazy? Because if it does, maybe I am. Gotcha. Get the hell out of here!
You see me get out of here.
Couldn't have just stopped running. It would be too many people. So,
what do you mean?
Like who he's looking for, he stepped out of line and ran. And where could he get back in line?
Right.
There's
Exactly.
no place he could get back in line. So I never understood that part from the.
Yeah.
They all lined up symmetrically. So where did that? What did he do?
What am I? Can I help you, sir? Can I help you, sir?
There he is! Stand where you are! Deactivate helmets! Obey the command!
There's a movie with Robin Williams. It's the exact same premise. He played the robot. But they have you rooting for the robot throughout the course of the movie.
Well, that's the whole,
the whole programming.
Yes.
And these robots are going to get rights by saying that they're going to compare them to the plight of copper-colored people.
Yeah.
They're going to say, you know what I mean? They shouldn't be discriminated against like your so-called black people. And then we're going to be out there marching with them and saying, yeah, they got rights. Yes, we are.
No.
Yes, we are. You might not. I'm talking about the sheep of our people. I'm talking about the truth. We're going to be out there marching with them like the way we're marching for these brown people, the way we're saying black and brown is one, the way we're saying.
We're not marching with these immigrants. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, well, we sit up there.
Were they there? Did they come out for those events out there?
Yeah, there's not that many, but there's some of us out there.
Okay, yeah, it's not good. No,
there's some of us, and then they sit there on TV and they tell us that we're
collapse.
That we have the same plight, the black and the browns, that we're one, and the gays and everything, and we need to accept everything because we weren't accepted.
Those are the people. They are those. So they are minorities. They are the people that are involved in both communities, and they are minority. They we're not following this.
All right, I'm just saying that's the plan. I'm telling you, I'm pattern recognition.
Right, and I'm telling you, it's failing again.
All right, well, we shall see.
Recognize that pattern because shit fails.
Well, we shall see. We shall see. But it seems to be working to me. Every time I look up, you got some black leader, some entertainer, convincing me and the people that, we're all one and their plight is my plight and black and brown are down. Even Tupac was talking about it.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, and the cycles are fading. That realization has come to the truth that it's not that situation. So, yeah, we're not rolling with that, and a lot of us are waking up. Once we get to 13%, it's over with. So,
well, it's a great segue into this question: is there a risk in dismissing these patterns as just entertainment?
Yes. If it's just entertainment, you're not open to be opposed to it in reality.
Correct. And maybe prepare the youth and those coming behind us, Yeah. Because I remember, bro, and we talked about this before, it was old heads telling me all types of stuff coming up that turned out to be true.
Yeah. They wasn't lying to you. Shit. They was trying to put you on.
No, I thought they were wacky conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, well.
Turned out to be true. About they putting guns, white man's putting guns in the neighborhood. They flooding the neighborhood with crack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All of that.
Yes. This wasn't a scientist. This wasn't an educated person with a white coat on and using word salad.
No.
Somebody might be sipping on a 40 or something.
Plain English.
Yeah.
Telling you exactly where it happened at.
Yes, because they saw. Yes. Yep. But because, I didn't see it on CNN or, one of the reputable news things, or they weren't talking about it at Drop Dead Gorgeous William H. Ray or the hallowed grounds of DDE or University of Illinois, then, it must not be true because these people don't know what they're talking about. The younger generation is always smarter than the older generation. That's the programming.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Totally
to the
nonsensical.
highest.
Yes.
To the highest degree.
It is.
Well, the whole point of them doing that is because basically that's what they are. They are ruling right now, and they are the children of the earth.
So they need to convince us that they're smarter.
Yes, and you're smarter than your ancestors. Why they try to use our ancestors' principles to stay in power.
And we're smarter than crocodiles, and yet they tell us crocodiles have been here for hundreds of millions of years, and we only been here, Homo sapiens, for 100,000 years, but we're smarter than them.
Yeah, and they've been here 6,000 years.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I don't believe we've only been here 100,000. I don't believe their timeline at all.
At all. But I'm saying, but them have not been here. They that's the whole thing about it. They can't talk about the timeline because they didn't experience
correct.
This is the last, short in the time frame of time. They're like, a couple of seconds. They only been here a couple of seconds.
Facts. So the rest, definitely. Entertainment is powerful. It teaches, distracts, and influences. Ignoring its role in shaping perception leaves your subconscious, which you've been talking about, vulnerable to unexamined influence.
Yeah. Wow, hey man, yeah, we need to get somebody to call it for us, and then we can go over there and kill all them motherfuckers.
You can get your AR-15.
And you can protect everything you got. You can, let them come. We can be like Scarface in this motherfucker. Say hello to my little friend.
I remember my mom got rid of Scarface. We had another tape the next day. Man, we was watching Scarface. Like, I see why she got rid of it. Yeah. Man, we was watching Scarface every single damn day, bro. Yeah, every day, all day.
That was a problem.
Yeah, it was a problem.
Yeah.
Those guys weren't even copper colored.
That was programming.
That sure was. I wanted to be.
It made it feel like they was like the mafia, and that shit. It made us, praise and think very highly of some other people.
Yeah, I wanted to be Cubano, and the guy who played it, Pacino, wasn't even Cubano. He was Italian.
Right. And then the other films had you wanting to be Italian.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What mechanisms anchor predictive messages most effectively?
Repetition.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of the stories are the same, even though it's a different movie and all of that. Repetition shuts down your conscious mind. It shuts it down. If you just keep ramming it, it shuts down the conscious mind. I mean, the conscious mind wants some variety. It wants to look at stuff and all kinds of shit. And
it'll tune out. And then all of a sudden they're up in the subconscious.
It shuts
with
it
that
down.
repetition.
They just be like, it just gets lazy because it's like this shit again. So yeah, it shuts it down. It's like meditation. It's clearing out the principle.
Air quotes told me. So air quotes put up a video about the can of whoop ass, and that one did 30,000 views in one night. Posted the same video, this video on the same day, and it's got like 10 views. It's always like that. All right, here we go. Watch this video. We played it during the break.
That even the local news is ultimately both written for and controlled by a unified source, regardless of the network. Just watch this clip and you'll see how bad it really is.
Plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media.
The sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
What advice would you give to it? That was all of them. MSNBC, Fox, all of them.
All local, too.
Yes.
Yeah. And the most important thing about that was that it'll talk completely crap at the end. It's all a threat to our democracy. What fucking democracy, bitch?
Correct. First of all, it's not a democracy. It's a republic. And second of all, the things that all those medias, they like us divided, right? Divided, we fall. United, we stand. But when you find that there's something that they're all parroting the exact same script, then you know that's the agenda.
Man, it's bullshit.
You know it's the agenda. So guys like us doing this on social media have been labeled the enemy, without the fact checking. But yet we believe, not you and I, but people believe everything that they're saying. When we've been saying this for years. I caught this on my own before internet. Like, bro, they are saying the exact same thing. No, I'll be like, no, the exact same thing. Because I'll be catching patterns. I'll be watching the news in here, and then I'll walk in the other room. Somebody's watching a whole nother channel, and I'm like, that's the exact same thing.
It was opening line all over the country.
Yeah.
Because it's a program, period, point blank. No other way around it. Don't care what you think or how you feel. That's
You're right. They're there to program, so they're reading a script.
Period. The news used to be a television program where they tried to give you some truth, and there was some integrity until a point. And then when that point was crossed, it was over with.
Yeah. 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 But when you guys are watching it, if you're only watching one news source, you won't be able to catch the pattern. If you're a slave to one particular news source, you won't realize. Now, and another thing I've always found funny, even though Fox might be saying one thing and MSNBC might be saying the total opposite, guess what? They're talking about the same programming. They're still having the people watching it.
They got an algorithm for you.
Yes, you're getting that information. It's beef or chicken. Correct. And you can't even consider, damn, I was about to sit down and have me some salmon. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. And once you start realizing that, you're like, oh, man, I'm not being informed by watching this. I'm being told what to think.
Influenced.
Yes. It was an algorithm before the algorithm.
Well, it's been algorithms since we were
printing press.
Before we were born.
Yeah. I think the printing press, well, they were hammering it out, but I think the printing press.
When we went to words. I mean, when we went to letters.
Showing up to these big churches.
Letters. We went to letters and written form of expression. Yeah. Spoken. Further than that. Spoken expression.
Yeah. And now we're all listening to all of us are there, and there's whatever entity it is talking about something.
Spoken.
Tory Smith, we need to get him out of his house. You know what I mean? Wordsmith. You know what I mean?
Before that, it was all
independent thought.
Telepathy. And you couldn't fake. You couldn't lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
You couldn't lie.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And it's been downhill since it's been broken down from that.
That's what I've been saying about technology. That was the first technology. And then fire. All right. What mechanisms anchor predictive messages. You said it. You said repetition. Yeah. And a mix of visuals, dialogue, you said words, pacing, emotional cues reinforce the same idea from multiple angles, like we just showed, making it memorable and familiar long after the credits roll.
And it's still repetition. It's archetypes that they are put in place.
Yeah,
the same characters, even if it's male or female, or whatever race, so-called race. It's an archetype. It's a principle that they want everybody to uphold that they don't at all. They don't at all.
So who's benefiting?
The system. It's creating workers and not thinkers, and not aristocrats or whatever. It's creating workers, people that's smart enough to do the work and stupid that they don't question what they're doing.
Yeah. Governments, corporations. Yeah. Predictive storytelling makes transition smoother by lowering public resistance.
Period.
Well, if these stories are the stage, what's the next act? Chess, not checkers.
Well, they want complete totalitarianism. They want complete control. They want one world government, one world religion, one world means of control. And they want to do it while the people don't know that they're slaves.
To Stacy's point, we are in bondage to programming, but I don't know about Simpsons and Hunger Games.
Stacy, if you watched them and looked at them spiritually, you would understand.
Yeah.
If you understand the Matrix and the shows we said about the last show, then these are just more of the same.
The Hunger Games was all about the bondage.
Period.
And creating fear. Manufacturing fear. And that's why the news is such a low vibration. It just manufacture fear all day. Have you thinking that this existence, that is the world's coming to an end every day.
24-hour cycle.
Yeah. One thing after the other. Yeah. So the AI says, what's next? It depends on what trends are being seeded now. See, the AI's got a mind like me. The themes we bring today may shape our responses tomorrow. And whether the script is written by storytellers, strategists, or algorithms, it's worth paying attention to closely. Yeah, but what do you do?
Well, that AI is definitely build an algorithm for you. You talk to it.
Oh yeah.
So if I asked your algorithm the same question, it would give me a different result. Guaranteed. And it'd probably be based more to my
well, yeah, you'd have to ask your algorithm
concept.
The same question to get the different result.
It's gonna give me the same result I want. And so is your algorithm.
That's what I'm saying. If you ask my algorithm, it's not gonna know that it's you. It's gonna think
that's why it's gonna give no. If I asked your algorithm, if I was able to get not through your interaction, from my interaction, it's gonna be my algorithm.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You'd have to ask the same system the question based on your interactions for it to give you a different result. If you sat here at my computer and used my same algorithm, it's going to give you, it should send you the similar result that it's sending me.
Yeah, I'm saying if I connect it to your algorithm, it's going to become my algorithm, really.
Yeah, you'd have to feed it a lot of data.
It's not going to give me the same.
The way you do this experiment is you'd have to ask the same question from your algorithm and stay out of my algorithm. Yeah, you'd have to ask the exact same question. And then we look at the data it gives you based upon how it's been feeding you information to.
It's going to give me completely different data.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's what I was saying from jump. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we were saying the same thing.
It's all right. All right. Yeah, pretty much same thing. All right. All right. We did Hunger Games. We did IRobot. All right. They Live. So
one of our favorite
shows. So they were the lizard people or what have you were putting a signal out, a frequency out that made us, the mankind, not able to see them in their state, in their natural state. Yeah, in their true form. Yeah. And these glasses, which they never really explain. That's what I like about this movie, and it's helping me as a writer. You don't have to explain everything. That Come to the Caribbean itself is subliminal messaging. How to use sex to sell everything. Look at that. This is subliminal in that.
Yeah, it was, everything was subliminal.
Yeah.
It was not to be seen by anybody. They hit their brain.
Yeah, they're layering this.
And this is like a they say it's science fiction, but I think it's a documentary.
Marry and reproduce. See, and that's you know what I mean. And yeah, everything they advertise, they say sex sells, and then maybe that's the message: reproduce.
They needed more slaves,
workers. They're creating jobs. Remember that. They're creating jobs. That's what we pat them on the back for.
Worker, slave, it's a synonym.
Yeah. No independent thought.
Consume.
Yeah. Closeout sale. That's exactly what that means, doesn't it?
Consume. Yeah.
Just like that can of whoop ass. I don't know if you saw that one. He opened up that can and it beat his ass. He asked his wife, "Why did you buy this?" And she said, "Because it was on sale." Look at that. So.
Obey, consume.
Stay asleep.
Man.
Work 8 hours. Sleep 8 hours. Play 8 hours. This is very subliminal because they ran that quick.
Man.
Submit, sleep, no thought, huh?
Yes.
Damn. What's that say there in the blurry? Take that off. What does that say? Obey.
Yeah.
Marry and reproduce. They like that one. Consume.
The same one. Yeah, consume. Yep.
I can't see this.
Consume.
I can't see that one though.
Buy.
I don't know. Whatever it is, you can see it.
Buy, watch TV. Oh, you talking about the one on the
this
left?
One.
Yeah. Hey man,
yeah. We're seeing it though, subconsciously.
That's a deep movie, bro.
Ain't it? And it did like crap. It was a low budget movie. It did crap at the box office, but it's been an American cult classic. I love movies like this.
Documentary.
Thank you.
Man.
We got you when you come out here, man. There's a newspaper stand. I'm pretty sure this is. I don't know. This is probably New York, but I feel like that's where they did this. It was in LA, and we need to recreate this scene using our iPhones.
Yeah, damn. Look at all the motherfucking phrases and commands, I should say.
All that. It's hitting their subliminals. Hitting their
Yes.
subliminals.
All of it.
Cooperate. Obey authority.
Man.
Doubt humanity.
Man, this shit is.
I never caught all this. You know what I mean? Because it's just going right past.
Too fast. It's too much.
But you're getting it subconsciously.
You're definitely getting it. But, you know, that's why the movie was great. Look at all that whole nother row of different shit.
Yeah. Look at the cigarettes even covered with poison.
Yeah, all of them.
The candy.
No
thought. Stay asleep. And they think they're informed. You know what I mean? They're picking up the magazines and the newspapers.
Yeah.
That's how you get smart, so.
Yeah.
You see that though? I always catch that. Edgar Casey.
Yeah.
ESP. I've been meaning to pick that book up. That's there for a reason. The Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
Can't see what that says.
I can't see what they say through the glasses though. He stopped at them for a reason.
Didn't he?
So I'm interested to see if they show what they say through the glasses because he got them on.
He got them on. But you're right. He got the glasses on, but they wanted you to see all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. They want. Yeah. I hope they show.
Huh?
I said, I hope they show from the vision. You know what? Hey, remember, obey. Damn.
What'd that say? Honor, apathy.
Don't question authority. Wow, this shit.
Honor, apathy. Whenever he closes the book to turn the pages, that's what's flashing on the back. Watch TV. No imagination, bro.
Man. Like that's what they got going on now, bro.
Yeah.
This is like a documentary and
yeah. Watch TikTok. Classroom disarmament. This is without the glasses.
Right.
Soldiers getting, the warmongers getting awards and, you know what I mean? Heroes. That was the best part. Dude walked up to him.
Yeah.
And they ain't show it though. So anybody who ain't seen it, one of the aliens walked up to him. He put them glasses on. They live. Great movie.
Yep.
Can't say anything else but great movie. Like you said, documentary, bro. Total documentary. All right, you got any conclusions on this part 2, bro?
Well, I think we concluded a whole lot and we spoke on it, and that's what it is.
I agree. All right, so let's see if we got some more data. All right. The CIA has tentacles in every major media source. 0% said that that's cap. 0% said most, but not all. And 0% are rubbing their bum on the fence. 100% believe that our government, shadow government, is controlling every major media source. And this doesn't say just on TV. This would include radio, internet.
Every major media source.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the proofs is that there's the same script for the top of the news all over the country. What kind of bullshit is that?
Even the top influencers on the internet are running the same content and the same script.
Yeah. With all of their
Because
bots.
if you want those sponsors, you gotta
and all of those bots.
and
they
the
get
bots.
paid off of.
You better obey.
Goodness.
Here's one, Self. What? And I guess you know how we voted. We voted for sure. We believe it. The other one for Mouthpiece was Captain Hindsight, the 2024 NFL Draft, right? From a Bears perspective. 0% said they'd take Bo Nix and trade down and get the Hall. 0% said they'd take Caleb Williams. You've got 9 votes here. 22% said they'd go for Drake May, trade down. And 78% said, being Captain Hindsight, you know what I mean? That they'd go out and get Jaden Daniels and trade down. Where do you stand on that? Be honest with yourself.
I think everything is as it's supposed to be, so I would go with where we at. I think he's going to be better than those.
All right, well, you're going to have to, let me drop that in the chat for you. You're going to have to vote on that.
Yeah, I thought I did, but that's
no, you're not in there. You'll be the first one.
Right.
You'll be the first one.
I thought I did. I mean, I had it up. I don't know. I thought I voted.
And this isn't saying,
obviously I didn't. Well, I'm saying I
right.
I saw it. I went to it.
And I don't think people are saying that Caleb Williams won't be a good quarterback. They're just saying if they had the vision of hindsight and they were drafting, they take Jaden Daniels, the guy who was like 4th or 3rd in MVP voting, had 800 yards rushing, it threw for 30 touchdowns, took his team to the NFC Championship, and allegedly had less talent than Caleb had. That's all they're saying.
I get that. I'm not denouncing any
You're
of that.
You're still going with the autosexual fingernail painting.
I don't care about that part.
All right.
I think everything is for a reason. And, you know, I mean, we haven't had any, great talent and and the great coaching combined together. And, we'll see what happens. I know, I'm not trying to alter that, because if I alter that, then it's gonna set off a bunch of alterations. And right now, I'm in a good space, and I'm ready to move forward and do what I need to do. And
what they're saying,
I know what they're saying.
Well, no, what people are saying is, give it about 6 or 8 weeks to kind of know. You know what I mean? I mean, he beat the Packers, bro. And
twice, really. It was a block kick, but he put him right in place if it's normal situation.
Okay. So yeah, I know what you're saying. I agree.
Right.
And he wants to beat the Packers. He doesn't like them. So I respect that. I like that. And once he had that, Thomas Brown was telling him exactly where he needs to go and coaching him. He looked a lot better and they started playing good. So he showed me a lot. Don't get me wrong. He showed me a lot. It's a lot of that stuff you say you don't care about could be the reason why he didn't have the same success that Jaden Daniels had.
Yeah, well, let me tell you this, and I say this with all honesty.
Yeah.
If they would have won all the games they were supposed to last year, we would still have Matt Eberflus. And for that reason, I am so glad what happened.
True.
Okay.
Eberflus.
So, yeah, whatever it is, Right.
I agree.
This is a much better situation. If we won the games we were supposed to, he would still be in.
But one could say, had we stayed with Justin Fields,
we
would have won 9-10 games, and we still would have had Eberflus.
I was always on that.
But we still would have had Eberflus.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was an idiot.
And Justin Fields. I think that was not a good combination because Eber dummy.
He's a dummy.
He wasn't going.
He was blowing games. He was blowing games when Fields was playing.
He took a whole bunch of them. He wouldn't take care. He didn't take care of him.
No,
both of the fucking offensive coordinators he hired.
He wouldn't even give words of encouragement for the rookie last year. In the preseason, he would, but when the season was going and he was under that microscope, He never defended. UNH defend Caleb better than Eberflus ever did. I think he was autistic, not taking a shot at autism, but I think he's higher on that. That's what makes him so good being a defensive coordinator. You know what I mean? He can get in that lane, leave him alone, let him watch that film, and draw up a game plan. And that's it for him. Yeah. All
I
right.
can say maybe he might be because he say the same shit every week.
Don't he?
We gotta stick with it. We gotta stick with it. I mean, we thought that he could get the playoff and plenty of time, and so we didn't call the timeout. And you know what? I wouldn't call the timeout again.
Hits principle. Yeah, and then
That's what got his ass fired.
And the play before the Hail Mary,
Oh,
I won't change a thing. I'm not going to play the sidelines. Everybody knows you play the sidelines on the play before the Hail Mary.
No. You got to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. You can't have somebody that's jeering the fucking.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the play before that they got him in position to be close enough to throw that ball. The Byers, the veteran, was trying to tell him, let's play the sidelines. That's where you play the sidelines to keep them from getting that ball. Remember, they were able to get out of bounds. They had no timeouts, but I hear you. Yeah, you got to call a timeout. Yes, you got to call a timeout when that guy's over there.
It's dumbest head coach of all time.
Oh, he used to save those timeouts, didn't he, Self? He had so many timeouts left over. And everybody, after those losses, yeah, he was our worst coach ever. After those losses, Self, we'd be like, how in the hell? Like he like somebody told him you get a bonus for every timeout you save. You know what I mean? Or they carry over for next week.
Maybe he did. I don't know. He might have been on the pay. He might have had some alternative
arrangement.
Because that's the only thing that can make any type of sense at all. Because this shit was some stupid ass shit.
Yeah, I agree. But you're right. That was a perfect season for Caleb. Perfect season for the Bears. I think they got under his ego. I hope they didn't get too far under his ego. I like his confidence. But he's working now. He's showing up to the post game, to the practices at the camp, sweating, wearing a t-shirt. He's working, bro. So they're gonna have him ready. If not, they're gonna sit him down. All right, predictive programming. That's what we covered here today. And the views expressed in today's podcast were those of the host and guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN, any affiliates or sponsors. As we come to the end of today's episode, the threads we've pulled revealed a fascinating tapestry, one interwoven not just with imagination, but suggestion. Predictive programming ain't just about forecasting. It's about framing. Through repetition, symbolism, and emotional cues, these stories do more than entertain. They establish rhythms we begin to live by without ever even noticing. The question isn't whether we're being influenced, it's how deeply are we being influenced. The narratives we consume shape our reactions, our expectations, even our definitions of normal. They whisper in the background, nudging belief systems and behavioral instincts as if by design. When every screen becomes a rehearsal and every hero's journey prepares us for unseen roles, it's worth asking, are we shaping our future, or is it being shaped for us? Today, we peeled back just a few layers on a stinky onion. Beneath each plot twist and catchphrase lies a mechanism calibrated to spark emotion and implant perspective. But knowing the mechanics gives us power. Consciousness is the counterweight to influence. Awareness is the antidote to unexamined agreement. So, stay curious, stay discerning, and keep that third eye tuned. The Self Love Show is more than a mic in a mood. It's a mirror to the mind. Till next time, trust your instincts, love your thoughts, and never stop decoding the script. Also, love yourself and everyone around you deeply. Remember, that's not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for our culture. Silence is violence, and continue to question everything. And as Brother Wordsmith says, and every one. The Self Love Show ain't cancer, Toto. Peer down the rabbit hole. and do your own research, but use caution and discernment, because sometimes when you stare into that abyss, well, the abyss stares right back at you. Thanks for tuning in. Peace, self-love, honor, and respect out there. All right there, fella. We did have a riddle on deck. Dome teaser. I hint at truths in fiction's frame. A future veiled in culture's game. Seen before, yet strangely new. What am I that scripts debut?
Predictive programming.
100%. 100%. So the Riddler, not the Diddler, has once again solved today's riddle, and free Diddy. We've been saying that, at least I've been saying it. I know it's not a popular thought because you guys have been predictively programmed to hit anybody copper color. They come out there and say it's guilty. And so the guy had a few cases of baby oil. Maybe he got a deal. Maybe he went to Costco. What are they going to say? All that mayonnaise you got in your refrigerator you were using for something? I don't know. I'm just saying. All right.
I don't know. I might question anybody got 1,000 bottles of anything that
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not for me to get involved.
Not either, but I still question it. I don't, it's not no judgment. Yeah, or I'd be like, what? I'm trying to imagine something I need 1,000 of that gonna advance my life.
The only thing they got him on was flying in professional prostitutes to come out and do professional prostitution work.
Yeah.
Okay. Free that man. Because that man could be any one of us. All right. He's served 2-3 years for it. If you're telling me that's illegal, that's a federal crime, then guess what? The prostitutes should be in jail too for getting flown out.
Yeah, I think they gave them immunity.
They did.
Goes, so.
Yeah, they did give them immunity. All right.
And that's how they got the evidence on him. So, you know what I mean? So that's how it goes. That's
we may have
game.
We may have an entertainer, bro, for next week. Chicago transplant to sunny Southern California. I got to reach out to the brother.
Okay.
For next week.
Also,
I just got to reach out.
It's somebody else. It's the Chicago historian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really.
That would be great.
He's gonna be on the show. I haven't talked to him or anything, any of that. But
yeah.
My spirit tells me he's going to, because that man. Have you checked him out? Really? Have you watched him?
No, I need a link, but we could.
Yeah.
But we could definitely, make it happen.
Yeah.
Change, he can do any presentation he wants. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, bro. He's
Who does he work at the DuSable Museum?
Not at all.
Okay.
He used to work for he don't even say who it is. It's an electric company for Chicago or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They were shady and let him off. But he said out of the 8,000 blocks, he because of that job, he was on like 6,600 of them or something. So, and then that's his passion. His parents is I've been checking him out recently. I think we got to reach out to him, and
I'm with it. I'm with it, bro. All right, and then Sunday we got a lot to unpack on Mouthpiece Included. It's always an open panel. Anybody could pull up, and but if you do pull up,
man, it's called Mouthpiece Included for a reason, and you better have yours.
That's right. Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece out there, because you will get wet up. Trolls still get holes around here.
Nonsense gets rewarded.
That's right. F around and find out. All right. And this brings me to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's Wordsmith's final words out there. Indicate with your thumb if I should raise the volume or lower it.
Yo, they've been programming us since they thought of programming. TV, radio, it's the whole thing. Telegraph, it's all been going insane. Been programming in place when they start with letters. Ain't nothing better, because you know it's like a sweater. We wear it tight and cold, you know how it go. But a picture is 1,000 words, and then they broke us down to letters. It's absurd. I don't know what to do or say or think. But now they trying to take us to the lowest brink that we can understand. I don't even know who is the man. They are trying to digress our progress because they want us to exist in a cesspool of their bidding. I don't know what to do because they're shitting all over our crew and we're stealing, acting like it tastes good, and I don't know what it is and why we are so fucked up in the hood. We got the Democratic noose around our neck, and we know goddamn well the Republicans don't respect us at all. Until we figure out who we are and have the gall to stand to them holding our balls, let them know we ain't dealing with this shit no more. Tory Wordsmith always spit that flow. You never heard before, but you know it's East South Show till the world blow. Fuck up.
Sip a big cup of shut the fuck up.
The predictive programming is them trying to hammer us into our focus for us all to agree. And that's what it needs. And all of us to use our creative energy to make their shit happen. It ain't happening. We see through they bullshit. As long as our like minds come together, our increment will be enough to stop they shit, bust they bubble. They don't want that smoke. They act like they looking for trouble. Because they are going to open up all of our abilities. We're going to remember all of the soliloquies. We're going to know what it is and not believe. We're going to be on the level that we all can achieve once our frequency gets to where it needs to be. It's funny, we the only ones that don't see the so-called American Indian. Laugh at all of these pretendians. Native Americans ain't us. We ain't African. Love them. They're our cousins. But in the Creator I trust. I know we was born to bust the whole continuum. Words.
You said creative energy. I typed energy equals inner G.
Yeah.
God inside. Gangster. Well done, my brother.
Appreciate you.
All right, y'all. We looking for Karen. You gonna play us off, Karen? I got it. Appreciate you.
Love, honor, and self-respect. Y'all know how we do, how we connect to the higher power. We need to make sure that we connect. You know, TATN, we are the hackers, the world benefactors. Because we benefactors from way before you sucker slacker. Love, honor, respect once again. And it's real, we don't pretend.
The Self Luv.
Third season with the Chicago Bears, last season.
Karen, what are you doing? Well said. My bad, y'all. Where is it?
The Self Luv.
There we go.
Do you think you are the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Time is now, my people. We must
Man, know thyself. I will eat the right foods that I
grow myself.
The wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be me now and nobody else.
Man, know thyself.
I will eat the right foods that I grow myself. Cause the wrong way stole
my health.
I'm glad to be me now and nobody else. Yo,
Bullets.
getting the code and all the scriptures, potions and elixirs.
Come on, Karen. Bullets, a boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder is suicide.
Yeah, well, an eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
You want to be a slave? Vibrate greed. Ego. Fear. That's how they make you a slave. You end up in prison.
Okay. I know for sure, charity plus humility times love is freedom.
That's how you get out. Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
We've got two who can see. Fear is cap. It's an illusion.
Yeah. Vibrate love.
See if you can hear it. You never die when you breathe in the Holy Spirit. Swine ain't divine, the people they won't go near it. Salad bar, spitting at your avatar here to bring you back to God. Said it just like Master Far sent you. The end ain't always happy.
And forgiveness is love's supreme vibration.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end a beef.
Healthy people, heal thy people. That's a commandment.
Yeah, it's hurt people, for sure, gonna try to hurt people.
Free Larry Hoover, man, like Big Meech.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison to slavery.
Check that 13th Amendment if you don't believe them. And be Yah. Walk on water.
Man. Move mountains.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Yes, sir. Week by week, that mountain is getting weak. It's moving. Look at it.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.
Still got them, bro.
Got mine.
Same, man. Stop snitching on yourself. Take school seriously.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you